August 16, 1942, the world was at war. The U.S. Navy was on high alert along the West Coast, scanning for Japanese submarines in the Pacific. That morning, a routine patrol Blimp L-8 lifted off from Treasure Island near San Francisco. On board were two experienced crewmen, Lieutenant Ernest DeWitt Cody and Ensign Charles Ellis Adams. The mission was simple: patrol the coast, report any enemy activity, and return within a few hours. But what happened next would become one of the strangest military mysteries of World War II, because hours later the blimp returned. But there was no one on board. This is the story of the Ghost Blimp. The mission begins. L-8 was a type of non-rigid airship used by the Navy to spot enemy submarines. It was quiet, slow, and highly effective for coastal surveillance. Lt. Cody and Ensign Adams were both experienced aviators. That morning, they followed standard procedure, took off smoothly, and radioed their position over the Golden Gate Bridge. Everything was normal, and later they radioed again. They had spotted something suspicious near the Farallon Islands, possibly an oil slick on the ocean's surface, often a sign of a submerged submarine. That would be the last communication ever received from the crew. Witnesses and a strange returned fisherman off the coast reported seeing the blimp descend near the water as if inspecting something. Then it rose sharply and disappeared into the clouds. Hours passed, then, around 11 a.m., something strange happened. The blimp was seen drifting low over Daly City, a suburb of San Francisco. It hit rooftops, tangled in telephone wires, and finally crashed into the street. Spectators rushed to help. When the Navy arrived, they found the blimp largely intact. But the crew was gone, no blood, no bodies, no sign of struggle. The cabin door was open, and life vests remained on board. Parachutes were still there. The radio was working. The engines were functioning. It was as if the two men had simply disappeared in midair. The investigation, an immediate investigation, was launched. The Navy scoured the coastline and ocean for days. They found nothing. There were no Japanese submarines in the area. No wreckage, no distress signal had ever been sent. Even more bizarre, one of the safety pins that secured the cabin door was still in place. The blimp had an automatic mechanism to keep the door closed. For it to open in midair would require intent. If they had fallen out, why weren't their parachutes missing? If they had jumped, why? And if they had been taken by who? Some speculated mechanical failure or a sudden gust of wind knocked them out. But both men were highly trained, and the door was found open, not broken. Others suspected foul play, desertion, even abduction. But none of these theories held up. Neither man had reason to flee. And there was zero evidence of outside interference, theories and speculation accidental fall. The crew may have descended to inspect the water and open the hatch. One slips, the other tries to help, and both fall overboard. But the odds of both men falling without a distress call are slim. Enemy action: could a Japanese sub have captured or killed them? No records support that, and no sub-activity was confirmed in the area. Mechanical sabotage. Some speculated the blimp experienced a sudden malfunction, but there was no evidence of this. The engines were in working order when it crashed. Intentional desertion: this is unlikely. Both men had clean records, families, and no motive to vanish. Besides, where would they have gone from several hundred feet in the air? Something stranger. With no logical explanation, theories veer into the fringe: alien abduction, time slip, or a top-secret cover-up. No matter how strange these sound, they exist because nothing else fits. Aftermath and legacy: the L-8 blimp was repaired and later served in the Navy. Ironically, it even flew with a full crew during the rest of the war with no further incident. But the disappearance of Cody and Adams was never solved. Their families were left without answers. The Navy eventually declared them legally dead, but the mystery was never closed. To this day, it remains one of the most chilling and unexplained military disappearances in American history. A blimp that returned home without its crew. The Ghost Blimp mystery is a reminder that even in an age of war, radar, and routine missions, some stories slip through the cracks of explanation. How did two trained men vanish into thin air without witnesses, without remains, without reason? Was it an accident, a cover-up, or something beyond explanation? Let us know what you think in the comments. And if you're drawn to strange disappearances, historical mysteries, and the stories history tried to forget, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Because sometimes the scariest part of history is what's missing.